think, alright, I think we're live. Chima, just say something quickly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've. See, alright, you know what? This is gonna have to work. I'm sure someone's gonna come into the chat at some point and say that the audio sounds jacked up or whatever. I really don't feel like I wanna. Like, I don't have to do this shit, and it's really like, why do it? But I do feel like a little bit of a dickhead addressing it, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Can you just let the shit go? Stop fucking harassing people. It's just weird. Really and truly making so many videos about someone that you don't know, someone that's basically a kid, a 22-year-old in another continent that you've never met, that you've never had a physical interaction with, like nothing. So this is just ridiculous. But I mean, let me make sure that this shit is actually running first. Hold on. Because the only reason that this is getting addressed is because someone that's based. The reason why this is getting addressed is because of that video that's been brought to my attention. Yeah, I think the sound is alright. Yeah, it looks like people jumping in. I think the audio is fine, but I don't know if anyone, sort of the subscribers back when I used to be doing videos regular, like you are literally not gonna understand what the hell this is about. I'll explain the picture on the screen. That's my grandparents there. And this is gonna make kind of sense a little bit, or at least I hope it's gonna make sense at some point during this live stream. But here we go. So it's come to my attention there's a person out here on YouTube who used to. This person is kind of like I don't know if grifter. I think a grifter is somebody that kind of aims to just hustle people, but someone that kind of just goes from place to place to place to place. I don't know if they're trying to seek something or just kind of sponge off of different types of people. But there's this person that has made it seems their life goal or life mission to basically make like TV show series on me, and it's I would say it's obsessive, borderline obsessive. It's very bizarre to say the least, considering this person has never met me. Our interactions have only been over cyberspace, and this person is a considerably has considerable years ahead of me in terms of age. I'm 22 years old. This person is in their mid, going on late 30s, going into their 40s. And I've kind of had enough of it. This whole situation kicked off back in June of 2020. I made two live streams addressing it. The first one essentially putting out a warning to this person to just drop the whole subject because just leave it. There's no point. And the second time, I kind of came out with what happened. I showed receipts, I showed screenshots, and everything like that. But this person has been continually making videos. This person's equated me to a rapist and a pedophile, which is ridiculous considering the accusation against me is that I've stolen this woman's boyfriend. Which, okay, that's one thing, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I've been equated to a rapist and a pedophile, a domestic abuser, and oh, I'm also a psych. I've been diagnosed now. Apparently, I'm a diagnosed psychopath and sociopath, and I lie about how I suffered through depression and all these different things. So I put out two videos. This person, I haven't even bothered counting how many videos, but I can tell you it's probably well over 5, 6, 7, possibly well over 10 videos about me and this false accusation about me, right? So basically, long story short, this person gets invited into our group via YouTube. this person had feelings for someone that I was cool with in the server who happens to run the server. Me and this guy have known each other for much longer, and we're just cool. He is older than me, like probably I would say 15, maybe even 20 years older than me. So the accusation is that I was harboring feelings for this guy, and we're secretly in love with each other, and like it's just a whole bunch of silly shit. Essentially, what this person tried to do, looking back at it now in hindsight, is trying to get close to me, getting to get close to this guy that she was interested in. I've already explained that we both live in London, right? Same city. We're both from London, both of Afro-Caribbean origin. That doesn't mean anything. This person lives like way out different part of London than I live, and black people in London, we don't all know each other. I would probably say maybe millions. I don't know how many of us are in London, but there's millions. And then we're spread across the country as well in other urban cities across the country. But yeah. So this person had convinced themselves that I've fallen in love with this guy that she was interested in, bearing in mind when this person um when this person first joined the server and told me that they had interest in this guy. I said, well, go ahead if you want to send that you have feelings from or whatever. Yeah, go ahead. Like, why not? If I did have feelings for this guy, I probably would have said either he's probably not interested in you, or I would do anything to try and put you off of getting with him. But anyway, continuing on, a friendship was formed. Dare I say, a friendship was formed. I was cool with this person. I had no issue with them. Me personally, just kind of off topic, I mind my business. Like, I don't. How can I say this? I kind of keep myself to myself. I don't really fuck with people like that to a degree, but I actually, made an attempt, like, to try and be different. Jay, you stop being so grouchy, stop being so horrible. Be nice to people or whatever. So, I'd be nice to this person or whatever. During this whole pandemic situation, I ended up getting stranded abroad. While I was on my break, before I ended up getting stranded, I was having to deal with this person's ups and downs, because the guy that she's interested in doesn't seem to be reciprocating the interest. And all I'm doing is, as far as I'm concerned, giving relatively sound advice, such as if you're not getting what you want out of the situation, just leave the situation. And then it's, all right, I'm leaving. And then this person, may reply to a message and now everything is fine again. And this was pretty much how it was going, just a constant back and forth and back and forth and back and forth over the period of about, I want to say, 3 or 4 months. So, yeah, I get back to the UK after getting stranded abroad. Again, just chit chatting, you know, again, supposed to be a friendship or whatever, cool. Now, I'm not going to go into explicit things that I could go into that could really show this person's character like that, but I'm not going to do that because I just literally want to address the thing that's bugging me. Well, one of the things that's bugging me in particular is, alright, so as you can see on the screen, that's the image of my granddad and my grandma. And this person, when they made, so there was 2 times that they made these allegations towards me that I was interested in the guy that they're interested in, or I was in love, or that we had something between us that was coming in between them two type of thing, right? So the first time this person tried to come at me in a very roundabout way by giving me some sort of anecdote, but when you listen to the anecdote, the way that she was kind of describing it to me, I remember exactly what I was doing. I was doing some DIY work at the time, and I kind of had to stop and think and ask this person, "Are you trying to insinuate that I have feelings for, or I'm trying to get with so and so?" And this person said, "Oh, no, 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 that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying a story. I'm just saying a story." I said, "Okay, all right." And I was kind of suspicious a little bit. Something didn't feel right with me from there. So I went to somebody that I trust, an older person that I trust, and I got some advice from them, and they basically said, "Yeah, that's not right. You might want to you might want to start just avoid that person basically. So I slowly started to kind of draw back, because that an accusation like that, that's not in my character. I'm not like that. That's just not me. So come now to the second time. This was in June. This person sent me a message essentially trying to summon me to a conversation. I could kind of tell from the tone of the message, like, all right, this is going to be sort of another, emotional conversation that I'm probably not going to want to have, but whatever, it's just going to happen. So during this conversation now, this person, and this is going to be relevant to the picture. This person basically, I would say, like, disrespects my heritage by saying that because of my West Indian upbringing or because of my background, I'm not able to express my feelings for when when I have interest in a guy. And that really pissed me off, because basically this person is trying to insinuate that I don't know, Caribbean people, West Indians, Islanders, however you want to say it, aren't expressive, or don't know how to show feelings, or all they do is suppress I see the dislike there. That's good. Um, they try to like, they suppress their feelings, and they don't show if they're interested in somebody. But as you can see here, my grandma and my granddad, they're interested with they were well, yeah, they got married and had kids and whatever until my granddad had passed away. But my granddad, from what I understand, was a very sort of romantic, maybe cheesy-ish type of guy. But that really did bother me about, or your West Indian upbringing is why you're suppressing your feelings. And basically, what this person was trying to say is that I'm suppressing my feelings for this guy because of my background, or that's a contributing factor as to why I'm not, admitting to something that isn't the case. I already said I wasn't interested. I'm still not interested, and yeah, basically, we had a fallout about that because I said, listen, something's obviously going on here that I'm not aware of. You obviously have an issue, so let me go and talk to this person so I can understand what's going on. Because you keep coming at me now. I told this person that they were disrespecting me by calling me a liar, because I told them the first time, no, I'm not interested, and I'm really not. Still to this day, I have zero interest. So I said, listen, I'm going to go talk to the guy and we can get down to the bottom of this. And this person absolutely begged me, do not speak to him. Please don't speak to him. And I could show the message, but it's not about that. This person begged me, do not speak to him. And I said, no, I need to speak to him because this is the second time now that you've come at me with this accusation. So there's obviously something going on here that I'm not aware of, that I need to understand. Conversation went on for a little bit more. And I ended up hanging up. I said, listen, there's nothing else to talk about. And I ended the conversation, and that was it. This person jumped straight into my messages, again, begging me, please don't talk to him. He's going to hate me and all this, that, and the third, or whatever. So, ended up speaking to him. And we came to an understanding, kind of getting his perspective of what's been going on, giving my perspective and other people's perspective of who this person has been talking to. Because throughout these months, this person had been talking to multiple people about, this relationship that she's dreamed up in her head, that she has with the guy in question. Come to find out that, things weren't as she was saying that they were. And now this person keeps referring to this guy as her ex, which to me is bizarre, considering there's no relationship and she actually doesn't know what he looks like. She's never met him. She only knows him by one name, and we don't even know whether or not that's his real first name or not. It's basically a screen name, a username. But somehow I'm in some, relationship with this guy. Essentially, listening to this video now, actually, let me. Chiba, you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Can you just actually no, you know what? I'm not gonna ask you to do anything because this person's accused me of controlling you and making you a minion of mine, whatever that means, because I'm obviously
Oh
able to
God.
control. you're like literally damn near a whole decade older than me, living in another country, and somehow I'm able to control you and tell you what to do.
Like I'm across the fucking ocean for Christ's sake.
But I'm somehow able to control you. So I tell you what, let me play some of it. We can kind of play bits of it here and there, do commentary, because if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of YouTube policy, fair use. Give me one sec.
Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome and welcome back to the channel.
Sec.
Thank you so much for
Pause. We're gonna. Let's see. I think it's seek. Let's see if we start from maybe a minute in.
All right.
Let's see where we go from here.
them. And so, um, furthermore, as you'll see from my visuals, this very first visual here talks about how flying monkeys, um, it talks about how flying monkeys are.
Sorry, just to pause on that. So this whole thing about flying monkeys, this person basically has made an entire YouTube career off of referring to me as a narcissist. I'm not exactly sure how. My previous stream, I actually proved how this person is actually very narcissistic. I'm a lot of things, but I can kind of say that yeah, I'm not a narcissist. I don't really talk about myself. I don't have this, really inflated ego and I feel like I'm this and I'm that and I'm God's gift to everybody. I don't have that kind of perspective on life. I keep myself to myself. I mind my business. I stay quiet. I do what I need to do and focus on what I need to focus on. I'm not interested really and truly in other people. That's why I don't really mess with people like that. But just continuing. Let me just continue.
The people who enable and support a narcissist. Some will even help the narc to carry out spiteful or deceitful acts. They can be family, friends, the partner of the narc, a narc's children, for instance, a narc's colleagues, co-workers, whatever the case may be. The narc will use anyone and everyone that they easily can manipulate to further their demonic agenda and all of that.
This person also has a habit of referring to me as a demon and yeah, all this demonic this and I've been smearing them, the smear campaign nonsense that I've been accused of. Again, I've only done 2 live streams addressing this. The first time warning this person, and the second time where I said, "All right, you wouldn't leave the situation alone, no problem." I found out, from other people what this person was actually saying behind my back while they're, posing to be my friend, type of thing. And I said, "All right, let me put it out there." And even then, I held back on a lot of things that I could have put out because again, it's not about. I'm not just here to just look at this person. They're so terrible. They're so terrible. This is a very. I would say this person is. They're very sad and very tragic. If you know them, if you're aware of this person, you'll realize that they're actually very tragic and very sad. And I'm not really like angry anymore. I was angry at first because for someone to want to pose as your friend to then turn around and do all of this against you, then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be angry. But at this point, I'm not angry. And really and truly, I believe that this person has some serious mental issues, serious delusions, and they are really trying to. People. You have people that really try to believe in their lies to justify the things that they're doing, i.e., creating a ton of videos in an obsessive manner about a kid essentially that they've never met, a 22-year-old in another country that they've never met. But yeah, let me just continue.
And so I've got that one visual there that defines what flying monkeys are. Then this second one here says that flying monkeys are enablers of narcs, and they're enablers of narcissists. And so you'll see some more details about what flying monkeys um, are and what they do here. And so moving this right along, I'm going to be
So you know what? Let me, because this person is very long-winded. They don't really get to the point that well. I'm gonna quickly sort of search through the video to find the points. But Chima, can I just ask you? You weren't paid. I didn't pay you. I haven't forced you. I haven't coerced you into anything. I'm not controlling you, am I?
No, no, you're not. Not at all.
I haven't
I don't
forced
see
you into
how you would
anything.
control me.
I haven't
I,
told you, oh, go over there and talk to her and go out here and do this and do that.
I mean, the last I checked, you didn't send me like you didn't send me like a $600 cash free or $600 cash app. Pay me to do it. You didn't put a gun over my head. You didn't threaten. You didn't threaten to send your goons like all the way across the Atlantic to come after me to say anything.
I mean, I've really got actual like real life things going on. And sorry, just to cut in a little bit on this, like, this is how sad it is. Like, I've obviously clearly I've got nothing else going on. This person has talked about, I'm just basically waiting around and just doing all these smear campaigns against this person as if I have no life of my own. Right? This person, if you know this person, this person really hasn't got much going on, and even they have said in the past, and it's probably still on YouTube, and even in their YouTube bio, that they don't really do anything. You see, they literally have nothing going on, and this is why they're able to make, video after video after video about a 22-year-old in another country that they've never met, and
Yeah,
trying to
she.
give them psychological diagnoses about calling them psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists and equating them to rapists and pedophiles and domestic abusers. I'm sorry, but I've got to work a job. I'm studying. I've actually got some stuff going on. I've got to take care of my family. Like, I haven't got time to make video after video after video after video on the same person. This is the third live stream that I've done since I don't know how long the last one was. But this just kind of goes to show you that how obsessed this person is, and what they've done is they've taken this situation, which has been blown completely out of proportion, has been fictionalized a lot, and they've now tried to make a YouTube channel out of some situation and some one-sided beef that they have with me, only to lie. Number one, and I've got evidence that this person has basically been trying to affect my personal life when it comes to my job. They put out the name of my employer in one of their videos. And yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, Chima, I don't know if you want to speak on your experience with this person. You don't have to if you don't want to, because remember, I don't control you.
I mean, I won't share. I won't share too much, but I will. I, but I'll share a little bit. Like note that she came to me. You didn't send me you didn't send me after her like she's suggesting. Like she randomly called me like one morning through Instagram. She was talking about how this one the server owner is how her and this guy from the server it had this wonderful were having this wonderful relationship, and how they were thinking about get getting married, going to the continent, starting a family, and then how essentially you butted into everything and then started black manipulating and blackmailing Kane and
Oh,
such and
Chima.
such. Yo, oh fuck me.
That's right. I need a bleep button. That's crazy. All right, continuing on. Oh, fuck, continuing
All
on.
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's your experience. This whole button in business. As much as I've known this person, much longer than she's known him. But okay. But yeah, I think I was seeing
Uh,
through the video to basically trying to get to these points. Let me give it one sec.
all right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not angry. I'm really not like angry at this person. There's really no point because I really do like believe that this person has some kind of mental illness, and I'm gonna be, merciful, and I'm not gonna put out all of my reasons as to why I do believe that they're mentally ill, but just from how they've acted as well in the past, coming into my live stream chats, acting erratically, calling me all kind of bitches. Granted, I was taking shots as well. Um, yeah, I think
I
that this
mean, it's
person is ill.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I do believe that this person is ill. It's just like, you know what? I can't be angry, but it is getting annoying. Like,
Yeah.
it's borderline obsessive.
It,
Go and get some help. It's unhealthy
so,
to
to,
start making videos about strange people that you don't know, especially when they're considerably younger than you. Like, it's
like,
weird.
right, it's like, it's like after that whole message conversation, it's uh, like she just kept she just kept giving me like these voice messages, like she was like crying, oh, they kicked me out of the server, this and that. I'm like, all right. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really want to read too much into it, like whether it was from her side or from your side. So I just kind of kept it to. So I just kind of kept everything to myself.
I mean, I wasn't aware that she was reaching out to you or anything. That's why it was. How many months was it? Like 3 or 4 months down the line, you kind of stepped forward, like, yeah, actually, here's all the shit that she was saying, and it was like a shock to me type of thing. 'Cause other than that, you were really quiet, and again, to go into detail, it's not really necessary, but you didn't say anything, and we found out stuff like way down the line as to what exactly was going on. But I've managed to seek a point in this video clip, so let me jump to it.
Of the sociopath's main flying monkeys. It was sent to me about 6 weeks, 7 weeks post discard, and I'll get ready to. Part of it is cut off visually, so I do apologize for that, but I will read out the key points that I want you guys to, to hear and all of that. So it starts off. It's a guy. It's a male flying monkey, and so he says you could have handled things in a better way than leaving the way you did. Which, first off, like when I got this whole email, it was just so much nonsense upon nonsense and BS upon BS. I'm just like, this can't be real life, but it is. And so don't try to make sense of it. The little bits and pieces that you guys can actually see, don't try to make sense of it because we already know what this is all about anyway.
Right now, see, this is where it kind of shows character. She's telling you don't really try to put it together. Don't try and figure out what's being said here. The fact that this person, if you do ever find the video, and I'm not gonna put the link in there because it's not that deep. Like I'm not gonna send you over to this person's channel because I swear you're gonna be bored as well, and it's just videos about me, which is weird. But the point is, they did not show the entire message, and throughout this person's seasons, like you got season 1, season 2, season 3 videos about me, every time that they try to explain the story of their perspective, they do a lot of heavy editing and straight out flat lying, and they've never actually put out both sides of the story as to well, no, let me not say both sides because you can't really do that. They glossed over a lot of things that took place and what was said, and some parts they completely spun it and lied, flat out lied as to what's happened. And some things that this person will say later on in the video wouldn't make sense because in order for you to accuse somebody of that, you would have had to have heard it, and that timeline wise wouldn't have made sense. But let me just fast forward a little bit because this person just on and blah blah blah.
Gave my guy, gave him an ultimatum of, either she leaves or I leave type thing, blah, 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 whatever. And so he, was unfortunately manipulated and brainwashed into putting me out forcefully. So that's how that went. Then the flying monkeys, like ever since our last collective group conversation on voice chat, you started losing your mind and going crazy, emotionally unstable as far as your feelings go. I know you're mad at me for not saying things, but I
Alright, so another accusation is I gave the guy in question an ultimatum. So I've gone to him and said it's either me or her. Now again, bear in mind I've never ever expressed any interest in this guy, like, whatsoever. Never have. And again, if I really did have some kind of interest in him, why would I have been like, yeah, if you like him, then yeah, you go tell him. I mean, it just wouldn't make any sense as to why I would do that if I really did show interest in him like that. But yeah, I mean, in order for you to know that an ultimatum had taken place, either you would have had to been there during that conversation, or somebody else who was there in that conversation has fed that information back to you. Now, when I had the conversation with the guy, uh, what's it, the guy in question, that's it, the guy in question, there was only one other person there, and that person that she's speaking about now, this other so-called minion that I have a lot of minions across the Atlantic Ocean. Apparently, I've got all this power. Um, he was the only other person that was there during that conversation. So, how are you drawing this conclusion that an ultimatum was made and you weren't there? But all right, let's continue.
was a rock stuck between a hard place, and the BS goes on and on from there. You also see that he did hit on me a couple times. This so-called friend of this so-called friend of my ex's, he publicly, even before my ex, would hit on me and that type of thing or whatever.
All right, now this is the part
Oh
that
my
made me
God.
laugh. This whole ex business. Now look, I went in their DM. Well, actually, no. Let me take that back. I went in their DMs. This person would send screenshots of their DMs. I haven't asked for them. This person volunteers what goes on in her DMs between her and the guy in question. But she keeps referring to him as her ex. Now, in order for somebody to be your ex, you would have had to have actually been in a consensual relationship that would be agreed by both parties. Like, yeah, you would come together as a relationship. Usually, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you know their first and last name, where they live, maybe a little bit about their family, and you would, in very normal circumstances, you would know what this person actually looks like. She doesn't fit any of that criteria. She doesn't know what he looks like. I don't know what he looks like. She doesn't know where he lives. Well, I mean, has a rough sort of what's it, like a regional idea of where he lives, and that's
Like,
about it.
does she even know this guy's name?
Well, this is the thing. We only know him by a screen name. So you're telling me that I'm giving this screen name person an ultimatum between me and you. I'm addressing this to this person here that's made this accusation. So I've given this screen name guy an ultimatum, according to you, even though you weren't there for any other, later conversation. After I hung up the phone with you, that was it. That would be the last time that I've spoken with you in any capacity. You're telling me that somehow you know that some kind of ultimatum was made where he had to choose between me or you, as if we were ever in some kind of competition, which is bizarre. But yeah, she doesn't know what he looks like. She doesn't know where he lives. She doesn't really know anything about him. And again, I could prove that by showing screenshots where she's been asking me questions that I wouldn't have the information to, i.e., you know, certain information about, which would be used to identify, such as the last name and questions about his parents, which I wouldn't know about because I don't know him. I wouldn't know him if I tripped on him. Nothing. If he was on fire, rolling on the floor, I wouldn't know that was him.
I mean, hell, could, for all you know, you could have passed him like millions of times and still not know who he was.
Yeah, exactly. For all I know, I could have. But I don't know who this person is, and neither does she. But this is what I'm saying. This is why it's so ridiculous. So this is what I'm saying about this person maybe having some sort of mental issue. You've convinced yourself that you were in some sort of relationship with this person, and you've also convinced yourself that I was trying to get into a relationship with this person, and all of this stuff that is going on behind your back and all these smear campaigns, which just isn't the case. But let me resume it.
And then privately, whatever, try to shoot his shot, which never worked because I don't do grimy stuff like that. And then the fool was never my type, and would never just I could throw up in my mouth just thinking about his attempts to hit on me over time. So, nevertheless, he hit flying monkeys are capable of doing. And this second bit of evidence is a little bit more recent. I got this IG DM back in November of last year, so just like what, a couple months ago. And this flying monkey of hers is also one of her main minions.
Right. So this person here who I have on the panel is also one of my main minions. Chima, that obviously she's referring to you. That I have some kind of opinion or control over you, that I can get you to do my bidding. To this. She's a
Like,
nut. She's a lunatic.
oh,
I've obviously
oh yeah,
manipulated
she.
you into
Oh,
reaching out to her. But you go ahead.
oh yeah, oh yeah. This lady had from all the way across the Atlantic. She uses her long arm to put like a knife to my throat and has me do her bidding. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
what to say. I've
it's
been
just
given all this power.
ridiculous, you know.
It really
It's
is
just
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
No, it really is ridiculous because it's like I've been given all of this power. I've obviously got so much power over people that I'm able to manipulate and control strangers that I've never met in person. I'm able to control you all the way in the States, as well as the other person that she was trying to disparage, all the way in the States, and then the guy in question that lives way on the other side of the city from me. I'm able to control him, and I don't even know what none of these people look like. Like, okay, all right, I've got all this power, but continuing on, this is what I'm saying. None of this makes sense, and these are the bits that this person leaves out when they make their season 1, season 2, season 3 episodes on me. They're leaving this out. They're not bringing up these parts to give it more perspective, to make the picture wider, so that you can see all the factors that played into this whole situation. But let's continue.
And he has a couple IG accounts apparently. He has his main one and then this secondary one that you'll see here. And so, she had this loser scumbag make a whole secondary Instagram account in order to temperature check me and, her.
Alright, so Chima, you're a
Yeah,
loser
I
scumbag. You're a loser scumbag, number one. I don't know what you did to her for you to be called a loser scumbag, but okay. You're a loser
like
scumbag,
nothing that I can recall,
but
other than try to cheer her up, or other than like basically try to cheer her up throughout this whole I ordeal she said she was going through. Like note this, okay? Like Jaden, like she didn't send her at she didn't send me after her. All right, she's like this lunatic is the one who came to me, right? Like yeah, she was like sending me messages, all crying and whatnot, and you know what? I was like saying, listen, stay positive. I was trying to be friendly with her. I even sent her some of my food pics and even a few recipes because like no, just to make her happy because that's the kind of thing that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I send you my recipes all the time.
hey, you're a chef. That's what you do. You actually have things going on, but obviously you're not busy enough that I'm able to control you and have you reaching out to a person. I mean, if you want, you can talk about the first encounter, because like I said earlier on, I didn't even know that she was talking to you. I had no idea until months down the line, like way after.
Yeah, before I was just gonna honestly, I was just gonna put this whole entire thing under the rug. Like, she called me over the phone. Like, she was talking about how you're a homewrecker, you're sabotaging this so-called relationship she was having. She was send me like all these like DMs, these voice messages over Instagram, sometimes even cry and whatnot. I was like basically trying to like cheer her up, and on your end, I was actually trying to see I was actually trying to see if there was actually anything going on, and to be honest, like I found nothing. I don't remember anything from all the voice chats. I didn't see any messages like indicating any kind of relationship between her and the dude in question. And and so I just kind of try to like squash it, but she just kept sending me like a message after message saying, oh, they're these people are smear. I know these people are smearing me behind my back. This and that,
So
and
she's
I
paranoid. Sorry to cut you. So just to understand, so she's paranoid that she's being smeared behind her back. So she hasn't got any proof of it, but she's telling you that I think that they're smearing me, right?
yeah
Right. Now it's funny. It's funny that you say that because when we had our fallout, I remember saying to her, "You're paranoid." I kept on telling her, like, you're really paranoid about this whole thing between me and the guy in question. And she's like, "Well, I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Oh, everyone's saying that I'm paranoid and I'm jealous and all of this stuff." But this is what I'm saying. Like, this doesn't seem like somebody that's entirely sane. This isn't normal behavior. So you're convinced, or you're worried about people talking about you behind your back. You're so worried now that there's this smear campaign, as if you're somebody that's so up there that if anyone says anything about you, it could damage your image. And this is what I'm saying about this whole narcissist accusation that I was being accused of being a narcissist. It's like, you're the one that's worried about how you're gonna appear in your image and how people perceive you and all this stuff. I don't care about how people perceive me. And
I mean,
any
you're not
that
supposed to really.
yeah, exactly. I don't really care. Take me or leave me. Like, I don't care. I'm me, and it is what it is at the end of the day. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to like me. I don't really care. I'm not up at night worrying about what other people are thinking of me. Like, who's got the time? I'm not gonna lose sleep over things like that. But this just goes back to my point of, I really think that this person has something wrong with them mentally. And what they've done now is they've latched onto this narcissist victim community that I just really have to think, like, has no one in there ever actually considered asking for the entire story through and through. But you know it's like whatever. I feel like a lot of these people, and I could be wrong, maybe they are genuine victims, but I feel like a lot of them maybe didn't have something going their way, and they want to be the victim type of thing, and so now they call everyone a narcissist when they don't get their type of way.
Like,
But
right. And the thing is, like, yeah, she kept like messaging me about all this mess that you're supposedly doing to her, like like smearing her among our group, smearing her online, doing this and like this and that. Like it's like you're not important. You're not important enough for anyone to want to do that. But I mean, of course, I didn't. I mean, of course, I didn't tell her that. Like that time, I I was still on friendly terms with her, or I at the very least thought I was. Like I kept telling her, and I even kept telling her like you know what, forget about what happened. Let's move on. Let's move on from this. Please let this thing go, and and just let everything be. The more you put, like, I even tried to warn her. The more you poke at this, the more pushback you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
And
I already put my warning out in the first live stream. If you provoke me, if you keep on going, then yeah, I will have to come out and start speaking on this situation because this didn't need to go like that. But this person decided to make it a public issue. But again,
and
this
this
goes back to the whole image. Look at me, how dare you? Talking behind your back and all of this nonsense. But go ahead.
and she was basically like, nah, how could I let this go if people are smearing me? I'm like, oh, oh my, oh my god. I'm like, that, like, and then after that, she just kept sending me like message after message, at, after message. There was even a, yeah. At this point, I was like, kind of like what, like whatever. I wasn't really at that point. I wasn't really responding to them as much, and and that, and like and I think I was at that point. She was starting like accusing me of like spying for you or something. Like at this point, look, I was still silent about it. I was still trying to push it under the rug, but she was accusing me of spy spying for you and like sending the sending the messages back or whatever. By the way, she basically deletes everything she basically deletes every message she sent right after you read it. Like, by the way, so how could I even do that? 'Cause,
But again, I'm. This is what I'm saying. This is behavior of someone that isn't stable, that isn't balanced mentally. Like you are so convinced that I'm out spying. You're so paranoid. This person is so paranoid that I'm spying on them. I'm sending people out to get them from another part of the world over some guy that I literally wouldn't know from a hole in the wall. But what gets me is like, okay, this person says that I was doing a smear campaign behind their back. Meanwhile, they've created an entire YouTube catalog dedicated to calling me all kind of demons. Number one, they did equate me again to a rapist and a pedophile, which is insane. A domestic abuser at that, and yeah, they just flat out slandering me, lying on me, mentioning my employment in one of their
like
videos.
saying that you threatened her with violence, which is not true.
Sorry, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. In one of her videos, she was saying you like often manipulate her, threaten her, this and that. I'm like,
What are you
no,
talking? Did you?
nobody's.
All right, so hold on a second. All right, so this is new to me. So she said that I threatened her with violence.
Yeah, in one of her last videos, yeah, I swear to you, not. She did.
You see, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this does not make sense. So she's accused me of threatening violence. All right, just for people so you can understand. I live in the United Kingdom. This person lives in one of the southern states in the United States, and I threatened physical violence on this person. So wait, so did she say that I threatened her? Like I directly, from me to her, said I'm gonna do this to you. So I'm trying to understand this now.
Yeah, yeah, yes. That you threaten her, you blackmail her all the time.
Are you
That yeah,
serious?
yeah, dead ass serious.
I'm not even interested in hearing that because I mean it's just ridiculous at this point. That's just flat out. I mean, how ridiculous would that be? I'm gonna threaten. Am I really gonna catch a flight, go thousands of miles to go to the US, where you you have to basically get in with a visa or an ESTA, and if you do anything in the States, you're banned. You can't come back, as far as I'm concerned. If you get arrested in the States or whatever, or if you have a criminal record, you can't actually enter, or it's really hard to do that. And I've got family in the States that I've visited from time to time. So you're telling me that I've gone and threatened this woman who I've never met. Granted, she has, slandered me up and down the internet and accused me of all sorts of crazy stuff. And now come to find out she's accused me of threatening her with violence. This is what I'm saying, people. Like, she's not stable. And for all you lot in this narcissist community that are, taking sides and trying to, boost this person up, I'm telling you now, if you really care about this person like you seem to act like you do, you would tell us to go and get help. Get her some mental help. Because now this is like, I haven't even heard of this accusation now that I've threatened physical violence on this person.
Right.
I've never heard that until now. Now,
I mean,
again, I keep. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, continue.
No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
like no, okay, I got like like I believe like the message I put out after that, like I keep telling her I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not talking to anyone. I don't really I'm not really on I don't really put messages out on Discord like that, whether it's in the chat or just general shit. And like I told and like and I and you know the kind of person I'm just as reserved as you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her I don't have time for social media beefs. She claims that it's not about social media beef, but what the hell else could it be about? Is about a real relationship, which is obviously it's not about a real relationship because there's nothing there.
It really does make you wonder. I really think, looking back on it now, and speaking to other people who she's had past dealings with, where she ends up turning on these people and talking about these people like dogs, and again, I've got proof of that. I think that this person has a serious mental issue, and you narcissist, advocate, victim people in that group or whatever, in that circle, go and get this person some help.
Yeah,
Because
please.
this isn't actually normal, right? You've got this person here. They've never actually made it particularly clear as to what took place, what was said, how things came to a head. But anyone that's obsessively making videos about someone they don't know, that's much younger than them, that's in a different country, that literally hasn't done anything to them, and they keep on making video after video, and alright, now there's some crazy accusation which I've just learned about. You need to go and get this person some help. They really do. I'm not angry at the
And I
person
get
like that. I'm not angry, but I'm just like, you actually need mental help.
yeah it's like it's like after and I guess after that the the next thing I know she ended up defriending me. She ended up blocking me. She ended up getting other people I interacted with to block me. I'm not going to mention any names here.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's a whole other thing that they did as well
right.
by getting people to basically withdraw from the group and block us and not talk to us. And I mean that's fine if you don't have the mental fortitude to find out both sides of a story before you just decide to follow behind someone. That's up to you, and that's fine. If you want to go, then obviously you weren't really in it to begin with. Like, that's cool. You go ahead and do you. But it just kind of shows to this person's character. They want to talk about smear campaigns and all of this. I'm not calling what she's doing a smear campaign against me. I mean, she's slandering me, yes. But this whole smear campaign, it's like you make out to be some huge thing, which is not. But you are lying on the
Not
ground.
because with an actual smear campaign, you would actually have to actually get something out of it. I mean, what is she trying to get out of this exactly? What is there to get out of this?
Yeah, well,
Is the question.
that's a real question. What is there to get out of this? Because at the end of the day, the guy in question, well, he's made it clear to people he needs to make it clear to. there was nothing there. I knew there wasn't really anything there. It wasn't the way that she's making out is like there was this mutual agreement to a like a full out relationship, and it just wasn't. But you know,
Like,
I swear, this
do,
is just giving me a headache.
like, do you have any more? Is there any more to that audio, or did you play all of it?
No, I mean there's more. I mean, you're right. I'll tell you what. Let's resume it.
Okay, because I have more to talk about after she makes that point.
All right. Let me resume it.
Harass me, blah, blah, blah. And like pretend, of course, because it's all pretending when it comes to the flying minions, pretend that he was
Oh,
genuinely
okay.
concerned
Stop
about
right there.
me. And then, of
Stop
course,
right
there's
there.
gaslighting in there as well. You guys can.
Um. Yes, I did send her. Yes, I did send her a message to reach out to her just to see what she's doing. And here's the thing, right? Um, if she even showed, if she showed the entire message, if she showed that message, that conversation in its entirety, which she didn't, she basically showed like one freaking circle, and like none, and of course she didn't. She spoke her part because she didn't want to. Like, you would see that there's no gaslighting or anything that would or any insults in that conversation whatsoever. Not on my side, anyway. Like, okay, okay, and you remember that message, right? Is like tell me, was there any part of that message that insinuated that I was gaslighting, trying to harass anybody?
No, but again, this person does a lot of accusations and says that you do things, basically to deflect and try and project on you what they're doing. That's all that it is. And if you check the last live stream that I did like months ago, I don't even know if people can really do it because I think I've left it on unlisted. But this person has a habit of accusing people of stuff that they're flat out doing. And again, it just kind of speaks to whether or not this person is really stable mentally. Do you want me to
Yeah,
continue?
yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Read. And it's like, if you have so much to do, like you've got so much going on in your life, how do you even have the time? How do you even have the time to, to do what you're doing right now? So, yeah, you guys, I mean, this is just a couple bits of evidence of what it's like to be hoovered. Hoovering, of course, is the narc's way, his or her way of aiming to suck you back into the matrix, either to, try to finish you off with a physical assault, a verbal assault, or to get you back into their matrix to.
Alright, so a physical assault or a verbal assault. Now, I could verbally assault her. I can absolutely do that. If I feel like doing it, I could and I would. But you see, this whole idea of a physical assault, like this is, you're trying to be a victim, as if there's some real physical threat against you. So what am I gonna have these so-called minions of mine travel, go across various states, what, to come and do something to you? Like, this is stupid. This is absolutely ridiculous what she's talking about.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever.
I'm gonna get some black people to cross state lines, go into another state to physically assault somebody for another person in the country that I'm in the city that I'm in, that I don't even know. And
Like, I
and these people, sorry, but this is what I'm saying. The people that are following behind this, that are gassing this person's head up, you're not doing them any justice. This person, in my opinion, has some serious mental issues, or they're showing signs of serious mental issues. And when you feed into it, when you feed into people's delusions, that isn't healthy.
right, and the thing is, like, if you're actually if you're not actually the type that will like immediately believe this nonsense and not like look and not like look into this kind of stuff more deeply. Like I'm actually questioning those people, to be honest with you.
Right. This is the thing. No one seems to be trying to get both sides of it, and I get it. They don't know who I am, but I think anyone just listening to her story will kind of realize, like, okay, there's holes in this. We're not hearing the other side. This just doesn't make sense. It's just, well, this person did this to me, and this person did that to me, and I was in a relationship, and this person's a homewrecker. Allegedly, I'm a homewrecker uh, of a relationship that didn't exist. Number one, and this woman didn't even know what this man looked like. Doesn't know anything about him, like, whatsoever. But okay, I'm this homewrecker that apparently has made physical threats towards somebody in another continent. But okay.
Right. It was like as like who like and even so like who you like like who you gonna sense like who you gonna sense like attacker me? I don't fight with strangers like that.
I mean, I'm just not gonna
Nobody
put
knows
a
like with
black
strangers
person in
like that.
trouble. The people, let's say, right, if she is accusing me of maybe trying to get you or the other person to go and attack her, you would be, wouldn't that, I mean, that would be a federal crime though, because you've now traveled across state lines to go to assault somebody. Like, that's federal, would it not be? I mean,
Yeah, that I believe it is actually.
right.
I mean, it's a crime nonetheless. It's a capital offense nonetheless.
But yeah, I mean, this person, they're saying the little receipts that they're putting out, and if anyone ever does find the video, you will see that they're not showing the entire message, which would probably give a little bit more context. But again, people that claim to be following her or whatever, don't feed into somebody's delusions. It's not healthy. It's not right. All you do is make them worse. When you give people, I mean, it's like crazy people in the street. When you give them attention, they feed off of that, and it drives them to continue to get more attention. They want to get more and more and more attention, so they kind of get worse and worse and worse with the things that they do. It's not healthy. So all you narcissists, advocate, whatever people, if you, like I said, I'm repeating myself here, but I'm trying to get the point across. Go and get this person some help.
Yes, please. Yeah, like yeah. Words from the scumbag loser. Please take care of yourself. Like get a life and and I don't know, read a book or something. Actually, like cook something for yourself. Let this shit fucking go. Nope. There was no relationship. There was there was no home wrecking going on. And please just let this shit go. Leave everyone alone. But are you gonna listen to that? Probably not, because you are a stubborn fucking bitch. I'm sorry I had to say that, but you're a stubborn fucking bitch.
She'll probably say that I kicked you under the table about 5,000 miles away to make you say that, but still.
I'm like before like before I wouldn't have said that, but now after hearing what I just heard, then I have no choice. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I could really go off and say what I really want to say, but it's like I'm really not angry. This person has obvious mental issues. And another warning that I'm going to issue is, again, if you try and do any kind of funny business when it comes to my income and putting my employment details out there, then we're going to have to have, we may have to have some kind of a conversation. That's not a threat, but you've already tried to mess with my employment over a relationship that didn't exist and a man that you've never seen in your life. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want me to play the rest of the thing out? Because I'm pretty much done. I think I've addressed it, what I wanted to address.
You pretty much played what you needed to play. So there's no need.
Yeah, alright. literally, I'm hoping this is gonna be the last time. I'm not about to do all this beefing, back and forthing, and all this shit. I don't have the time. Like, I
Yeah,
only managed to do this stream towards the end of the day. Like, literally, we're 10 minutes away until we're, midnight into the next day. Seriously, go
right.
get yourself some help. Go get a life. Go find someone. If you're so butthurt, go and find somebody else. You know,
I mean, basically, you're saying the same thing that I said. You don't have time for social media beefs. She said it's not about that, but what the hell? What the hell else would this be?
I mean, she's only beefing with herself at this point. She's only beefing with herself. Because I haven't done anything. Everything that she's accused me of isn't true. I mean, if anything, what she can do is run me back the money that I helped her with. She can definitely do that, but it's not that deep. Money comes, money goes. That's
All
it.
right,
It's fine, but yeah, no, I'm pretty much done. So yeah, this is
all right,
hopefully my last time addressing this whole situation because it's ridiculous. These
and
threats, apparently, this accusation of me making physical threats to this person is not true whatsoever. Like,
and if
family
she
comes
can,
in.
and if she can try to get a man who she has seen before. Let me tell you that. Get a man who you do know who he looks like, if that's possible at this point.